craft for you. We're going to be making chain earrings. They're going to be very cute, but very easy to make. Let me show you what materials you'll need. I'll also link everything in the description box below, and if I can't find the exact product that I'm using, I will link something very similar, okay? So, first of all, we're going to be needing some chain, obviously, chain earrings. I'm using gold colored, pretty fine chain. As you can see, I think the fine chain looks best. The only thing you need to consider when you're choosing your chain is you want to make sure you can still put jump rings through the holes of your chain, because otherwise you won't be able to make these earrings. The amount of chain you'll need really depends on how many strands you want and how long or short you're going to make your earrings. As I already said, you're also going to need jump rings. So first of all, you're going to need some pretty small jump rings that fit through your chain but that aren't too big. You're going to need about 10 of these, depending on how many strands per earring you're going to use. I'm going to take 5 strands per earring. You're also going to need 2 slightly bigger jump rings in the same color. And then of course, 2 earring hooks. We're going to need some pliers, some cutting pliers to cut our chain, and then 2 pliers to help open and close the jump rings. So I'm going to use some round nose pliers and some curved chain nose pliers. To add a pop of color to our earrings, of course we're going to be using some paints. I'm using these Marabou matte paints. They're water and resin based, which means they are weather resistant, which is very convenient, and they work well on metal. That's why I chose these. Of course, you can use other types of paints, but you want to make sure it stays on your metal and also that it's weather resistant. So if you are just going to use acrylic paint, for example, and you mix it with water so you can dip it in, that will work, but as soon as you get into the rain or something, yeah, you're gonna have a problem. And also it won't stay on your chain well. It will fall off in time. So if you do want to use acrylic paints, for example, you can, but you'll just need to use some spray varnish to finish them off and to protect the paint from coming off. So yeah. I'm just choosing 2 colors that go well together. It's a dark turquoise and a light turquoise. I'm also going to use some stir sticks. These are just from lollipops I ate. It's lollipop weather and pool weather here. Yes, finally. We'll also need 1 skewer, 2 cups, and fasteners. Decide how long you want your strands of chain to be and cut your first strand. Make sure you remove the ring you just cut open if it doesn't fall off on its own. Cut 10 pieces of chain of the same length. Grab one of the small jump rings, open it, and attach it to the end of one of your strands by sticking it through and closing it. Do the same thing for all 10 strands. Take a fastener and stick it through the jump ring of one of your strands. Fold it in half upwards. Do the same thing for every strand. Stir your paints well and thin them if you think that's necessary. This step is optional. If you want to make sure all of your strands are dipped in paint equally, you can place some painter's tape where you want your paint to stop and wrap it around your strand. Cut off the excess tape and do the same for every strand. Apparently my camera wasn't recording for the first few dips in the dark turquoise paint, but don't worry, I'm going to show you what I did with the lighter turquoise. As you can see, I placed my skewer on top of 2 cups. Dip a strand in the paint a few times and hang it onto the skewer using the fastener. Do this for all of the strands you want in that color. If you're enjoying the video so far, please let me know by clicking the like button. Let them dry and then apply a second coat. Let them dry again and then remove the strands from the skewer and remove the painter's tape from the strands. As you can see, the chain strands look very pretty now. It's time to assemble our earrings. Line the strands up in the order you want to attach them to the bigger jump rings. Open the jump ring, attach all of your strands to it, add an earring hook and close the jump ring. Also close the earring hook more tightly. Do the same thing for the other earring. Aren't they so pretty? I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching and please subscribe for more videos.